Okay, guys, let's talk about how to avoid tantrums and tears when you're working with your child. And not only that, let's talk about how to help your child enjoy working with you. So we don't want to just avoid the tantrums and tears. We also want them to have fun working with us. So how do you do that? First thing, make it fun. Now, how do you make learning fun for somebody who's anxious about learning or struggling with learning? One of the things I found that helps kids feel like they're having fun rather than doing a chore that's really hard for them is the attitude that I bring to it or that you bring to it. So instead of treating it like, oh, we better do your homework now, or we better practice this now, I'm going to say things like, oh, I can't wait to practice your new skill this week, or oh, I can't wait to teach you about whatever it is this week. I'm going to make myself excited because kids often follow our leads. Now, if you haven't been doing this and you've been dreading it and helping them dread it, time to change that attitude and make it fun. Now, another way besides just being upbeat, positive, and excited about it, and showing that in your voice and in your body, is to actually turn it into a game if you can. So maybe you keep points. Every time your child does one right, they get a point, or 10 points, or 20 points. You can even practice counting by multiples if they're trying to learn how to multiply, and you can practice counting by 3s or by 7s or by 9s or whatever they need practice with. So you can give points, and then you get the points if they don't get it, and you kind of keep it close. So of course you don't want to do that until they understand what they're doing, but it helps them focus in and do their best when they're competing for points. Now, some kids love competing. They're very competitive, and this makes it feel like fun. Other kids will crumble if they start losing, and if you have a kid like that, well, pick a different game. Maybe they get to shoot a paper, crumbled up paper into one of those baskets that hangs on the door every time they get X amount correct. 3 right, or 5 right, or 1 right if you're really struggling. But just make it any kind of fun. Maybe it's you're playing Jenga or some kind of block building game, and every time, they do one, they get to place a block, and you play the game in between questions. Doesn't really matter as long as it feels fun to you guys. So make it fun. That's number 1. Number 2, explain and re-explain. So a lot of times tantrums and tears come up is because kids really don't know what they're doing. They feel frustrated, and they just get reduced to tears. They feel like you don't understand them and you're disappointed in them, and it just crushes their little sweet souls. So make sure that you are patient and that you're actually explaining how to do something, not just saying the answer, but explaining how to do it. Maybe you help them come up with a way to remember it too. And then also, if they say things like, well, I don't remember, or I don't know how to do this, and you find yourself saying something like, but you just did it, you know how to do this, you did it yesterday, believe them that they don't remember it now. Because I'll tell you, I could know how to do something really well, and then a few minutes later, totally forget it. And then I need someone to just show me again without making me feel bad so that I can do it again. And then when I do it enough times, I start remembering it. But until then, I could easily forget it. So if you're dealing with working memory issues, short-term memory issues, you might need to re-explain how to do things often. Do not think your kids are being bad or purposely not doing something. If they look like they don't know what to do anymore, they probably forgot, even if they knew it really well before. Just re-explain it in a way they can understand. All right, if they know they can trust you, that you're going to explain and re-explain, kind of be their phone a friend, they're more apt to enjoy working with you. But if you get irritated or upset because they forgot it, because you already explained it, now you're upset with them, well, they're probably going to get upset too. So keep that in mind. All right, number 3, laugh and smile. So one of the things that makes learning fun is when you're having fun. So you want to remember to laugh and to smile and to just have a good time with your child. Make it fun time. Learning time doesn't have to be strict, pencil, paper, do what I say, do what I do, get it done in this amount of time. It can be fun, so have fun. Laugh and smile, even at the mistakes, have fun and tell your child, oh yeah, I make that mistake all the time. Maybe I forget stuff all the time, and just laugh about it. I often need reminders too. Help them feel happy as you're helping them. That's going to go a long way to make them enjoy working with you. All right, number 4 is praise effort and be positive. So remember, it's not just about the right and the wrong. Praise the effort. Praise when they stick with something, trying to learn it, even when they miss it over and over again. Praise the fact that they're trying. Praise the fact that they're not crying, right? Praise the fact that they're being determined and disciplined and persevering. Those are the things we want to praise, and then we get more of that. Ding, ding, ding. That's what we want. More perseverance, more determination, more not being afraid of failing, more knowing that just if they stick with it, what's hard right now will become easier later. That hard does not mean impossible. It doesn't mean give up, doesn't mean crumble and cry. It means, oh, you're trying something hard and it's going to get easier as you keep trying. So don't give up. I'm here to help you when you need it, right? So praise effort and be positive. Even if they miss it, you can say, oh, that was such a good try. You were so close. You only forgot this one little step. Let me help you remember that step and we'll go through it together. Or don't forget this step. Try it again. See if you can get it this time. I love how you got all the rest of it last time. Now try it again. Let's see if you can get this part too, right? Be positive and praise effort. And then number 5, if you need to, offer a reward. Kids love to win prizes. They love to get to reach into a goodie box and get something out, even if they're worth like 50 cents or $1 each, right? You can get very cheap prizes and make your kids' day. It doesn't matter if it breaks 5 minutes later. They had fun with it for those 5 minutes. So if it's a little tiny thing of Play-Doh or Silly Putty, or maybe it's a glider plane, or maybe it's a little fake piece of jewelry. I don't know, whatever you can find for cheap, stick it in your treasure box and let them choose it. There are lots of little prizes. Search them up. I used to keep a treasure box when kids came to my house for tutoring. Now I do everything online, so I don't give out prizes. But when I did, kids loved it and they really looked forward to that prize at the end. So if they were ever on the edge of whatever, I could say, don't forget about the prize at the end, and they would shape right up and have a good time and keep learning. So if you need to offer a reward, well, do it, okay? Don't make it too big though. You don't want a big Lego set or something. That's putting the bar way too high. Keep with little tiny prizes. And a prize can also be you get to choose what's for dinner next Friday, or you get to have 10 minutes longer to play your favorite game, or mom or dad is going to play with you once you finish this, right? Rewards don't have to be things. They can be time. So whatever works best for you, if it's time, if it's a little trinket, do that. But these are 5 ways to help your kids enjoy working with you. And of course, the best way of all is just being patient, being kind, being supportive, right? So that your child knows they're safe with you. Because when a child knows they're safe learning with you, making mistakes with you, they're going to enjoy learning with you. But when a child feels less than or put down, or like they don't know what they should know, if they feel like they're disappointing you or frustrating you, and they see it in your body if you're at all frustrated, then they're not going to want to work with you. So really watch who you are with them, and then work on these things and really watch their attitudes change. When they know they can trust you, work with you, You're not going to get upset or frustrated. They're much more likely to enjoy working with you. But if for some reason you can't be that person, hire a professional, somebody who can be those things to your child so that they don't get traumatized as they try to learn. And keep in mind, if you have a very anxious child who is in tears when you're trying to do their work, it might be time to get a tutor. It might be time, they might be falling through the cracks and harboring a lot of trauma inside that they're experiencing maybe at school because they just don't know what everybody's doing and they're falling further and further behind. So keep that in mind. If your child's struggling with reading, they're in first, second, even kindergarten, if they're struggling with reading, if they're just not getting it, it's not too soon to get help. So if you need help, reach out, find a tutor who gets excellent results. Not all tutors are made the same. So I've had a lot of kids come from other tutors where they weren't progressing. And then once they start moving forward. You want to see movement. You want to see growth from the beginning on. If you're not seeing growth, you're probably with the wrong person. If you want to try it on your own, let's say your child can't read yet, you want to teach them how to read. Maybe they're in first grade, second grade, and they're really struggling. Well, look into our Black Belt reading program. It's a paid program, but it's worth every penny. I've videoed all the lessons for you so that all you have to do is watch them with your child or have your child watch them alone, then teach the trick and go through the packets that are provided, and your child will learn to read and spell if you do the work. If you learn the lessons, you'll see your child learning how to read and spell before your eyes. So if you need that, that's Black Belt Reading. Look up the Black Belt Reading Program at kidscanreadandwrite.com or on kidscanonlineacademy.com. And if you have questions or need further help, ask me. I'm here to help you. So thanks for joining me today, guys. Hope this helps, and I hope you have a great time working with your kids.